Swimming like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey, welcome back to the Orange County Shrimp Tank Podcast post-show wrap-up, where we interview CEOs and business owners across the United States about the do's and don'ts of running their business. And before I go into a question here with my guest, Mike Farrell, I want, as a reminder, check out OrangeCountyShrimpTankPodcast.com and, go and get the full segments 1 and 2 here. And again, if you want to do a download of one of our podcasts, check it out. Hey, Mike, I want to get back to you. Mike, the one question that I've stumbled on a lot, and this is that one question I put a lot of stress on, and people say, what do you do? And many times we walked away and we're thinking, oh man, I didn't give all the meat on the bone, you might say. And that's, what do you do, Mike, when people ask you, what do you do, Mike? What's your answer to that?
I am a licensed plumbing contractor in the state of California. I do residential and commercial plumbing and repair. My favorites are remodels and all the way up to full teardowns with complete plumbing systems.
Yeah, I think it's great when you talked about earlier in this segment about the other remodeling. A lot of people go in and they do a quick fix and they're out of there. I think there's another level of expertise for the viewers out there watching right now. That's very important. That means that Mike has another level of knowledge you want to take advantage of.
Great. That's a great recap, Mike. For the person out there that's watching today or maybe listened earlier, that wants to make that jump to being a business owner, what would you say is the one key element in growing and building a successful business?
Number one, you need to know your business. There's a lot of guys out there that get in there and they get halfway through and they don't know how to complete the job.
Wow,
you need to be able to complete the job and do it fairly and economically for the clients, and if there's any problems, come back and make it right.
Hey, that's very important. Can you imagine you got a little problem with your plumbing there, and the guy or the gal doesn't know what they're doing? That would be a little upsetting. And that goes back to the question I want to come up with. In my particular industry, 34 years in the business, it took me about 10 years to say that when I mastered my business, and where I can really answer all the questions like in the high 90s. But I always had a round table of people to make sure I took care of my clients. But in your particular case, how many years have you been in the business, and how many years did it take before you said, hey, I got this thing down?
Well, this is my 40th year. I started in 78, and I would reiterate with you, about 10 years before you really feel like anything that came up that you could solve the problem. And I do have others that I can call and get some intel off of them as well in the business.
Excellent. And again, 10 years, folks. 10 years is a long time of the ups and downs and mastering it. Nothing against those who are under 10 years, but I'm just a fan. I'm an avid fan of 10 years in the business.
So at the end of the day, Mike, when you're done with that project and the clients there, how do you want them to remember you, Mike Farrell, and Farrell's Plumbing?
We did a good job. We treated them fairly. The price was right, and knowing that my phone line is always open to call me if there's an issue.
Okay, awesome. Excellent. So nobody ever calls you about Mike Farrell's ice cream parlor?
No, not actually, but
you remember that a long time ago, right?
I do.
We were young.
After football games, for sure.
Oh, there you go.
And I did try to bring my ID and move to the front of the line one time.
That's excellent.
And they sent me to the back of the line.
There we go.
Excellent. Hey, I want to talk about, again, about technology and about the ways of us getting a message out to our clients or customer servers, et cetera. And, when we got the phone booths and that's a long time ago. Now we had two-way radios, and we had pagers, and then we went to cellular phones, and then we went to...
Yeah, we've got LinkedIn and Facebook.
Websites. And now we got the podcast. So there's a lot of different offers here to get the message across to your clients out there. Any particular ones that you favor?
The best way to get a hold of me is through from my cell phone, and it's the number is 714-501-8172. Also on my email at almnrbound@sbcglobal.net.
And you know what? I got to say this though, Mike. You're gonna add a third one. It's now the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to go with that now. Go ahead.
So to reiterate, the phone is the best way for you, Mike. Right? You're gonna pick up the phone. You're gonna answer. You're gonna get right back to him. Right?
Correct.
Okay, excellent. Again, I want to thank our guest here, Mike Farrell with
Farrell's Plumbing.
Yeah, I mean, being a sport, we kind of worked him a little on the first couple segments. Again, you want to get back and check that thing out. And for those of you who want to maybe be on the show, check out orangecounty.shrimptankpodcast.com or go to iTunes, YouTube, or Google Play and download a podcast. You might find a CEO that you can relate to. So again, with the ups and downs of the business world, and we all have them out there, always stay cool.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.